Side with Joyce. Let's talk. You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info. How are you? How are you? It's a beautiful weather. Imagine all the things that we have for free, like a beautiful weather, like your dial on 99.3 Nigeria Info, like the company that we are to you, especially when it's cloudy, maybe gloomy, maybe when it's uncertain, maybe when you just want to no longer hear your neighbor speak. Instead, you want to hear someone else speak, someone from your radio. Maybe your lover, maybe your friend. Sometimes you just want to hear music. Sometimes you want to hear nothing. You've just about heard everything, that nothing is a relief. It's Open Tuesday. And I hope this beautiful weather meets you well, and you have been looking forward to radio, because here we are on Open Thought Tuesday. My name's Joyce, 34 minutes past 12. Instead of the sun rising, I would say that the rain decided to pay us a visit, and we're enjoying it, aren't we? We're loving the company that the rain provides us, the little chill in the air, the relief, the break from the heat. Yeah, we love when our feet touches water just a little bit. It's beautiful. It truly is beautiful. And just so you know, I'm probably conversation for a different time. The world is talking about the privatization of water. A lot of things that piss you off. That's one thing that should piss you off. Yeah, it's one of those kind of conversations that you hear, and then they don't necessarily make it mainstream because of how controversial it is, but you've heard it enough to know that these people are really talking about, the privatization of water. For example, tomorrow, we have to look at something out of the UK. The UK, besides immigration news, we hear that the UK is working with scientists in order to climate change. All right. Wait, I want to give something to bother about. Something to worry about. Imagine if this wasn't free, how much we would have to pay for it. Imagine if your radio wasn't free. How much do you think you'd pay for it? So we're grateful for all the things that are free. In fact, it's said that the best things in life are free. And if we know how to count us and remind you grateful for the seeming little favors. And believe me, it's my opinion, there are no little favors. You don't know how great that seeming little favor is until you don't have it. So be grateful, and let's enjoy radio today. Every given day is an opportunity to be grateful, to be hopeful, to will, to decide, to be, and to begin. To begin, 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. My name's Joyce. Now, we're looking through what the news presents us, and interestingly, from last week, we have a conversation that I did promise was going to continue this week. It, of course, is in the educational sector. We spoke about JAM last week and the JAM scores, the performance of students, and what could be responsible for this poor performance, for this and again, I think I need to even rephrase the statement. It's probably not outrightly poor performance. It also must be factors that do not permit students to be their best, to be optimal, whether it's economic, social, economic, whether it's technology, whether it's the fact that society is also in some way robbing students of their best output. It's all in the conversation. Now, last week, someone brought up a conversation. And he said that there was a duty on not just the government, but on corporate bodies to, I guess, properly manage what they promote or where they put their money into, because whatever it is that they sponsor or promote, in some sense, directly affects the sensibility, the judgments, the mental formation of the Nigerian youth. So a very good example will be during the Big Brother shows. If you go on Twitter, you hear conflicting arguments, some in favor of the entertainment body or the platform that's given Nigerians something less to worry about, and others say, imagine the winner of this televised show and how much the winner walks away with. And then they compare it to intellectuality, education, and the promotion of morality in society and say that maybe companies should be a little bit more sensitive because they could, in some sense, be promoting something that is leading to moral decadence in society. Oh, for example, I don't know if you've heard this. For example, in China, the government regulates what the Chinese people have to consume on their social media platforms because according to the Chinese, they report that the government is also trying to, in some sense, appear to not be managing morality so that the population doesn't degrade. So today, I guess I'm going to have to get Kemi to play the devil's advocate in support of corporate bodies. She doesn't have to do too much work. She just has to defend, herself as, quote unquote, a corporate body. And then let's talk about what you think the role of corporate bodies are in society today. And by way of information, JAM is asking that the scripts get reevaluated. In fact, this is how they put it. UTME candidates to sue JAM over technical glitch. Now, that's one gist. Apparently, a handful of students made their way to social media to blame JAM for their poor examination score. And I thought, okay, this is interesting. It may be that some of the candidates who had low results or low scores may probably not have given, they may not have been given their actual results, the results for the test that they took. I've seen at least about two serious complaints, and I guess a lot more people may have also complained that whatever their JAM score was isn't what they believe their scores should be. And so JAM is looking to really have that reevaluated. And that's also besides the fact that some families are choosing to sue JAM for what appears to be underperformance. Now, that's not a guarantee that the student didn't underperform. It's just that, as you can tell, between JAM doing their best and the students doing their best, we already have a conflict, right? And, of course, the role of organizations in society. That's our conversation, our first hour. We're looking to find out what you think the problems are, who you think is or are responsible, and what needs to be done. Now, this is a very serious conversation. One, because entertainment is growing by the minute. The average Joe is an entertainer. The average Nigerian can decide to be an idiot for followership, for views, for likes, for retweets, and can monetize that. There isn't any level of intellectuality or sensibility that's required. In fact, if you're sensible, it doesn't quite appear that you would get followership. So maybe the problem is not even with the corporate bodies. Maybe the corporate bodies are going to where the attention is. Maybe it's the Nigerian that has, I guess, decided to dumb themselves down, decide that foolishness can be elevated to an art form, and to enjoy every silliness that is called entertainment for, I guess, whatever reasons. I mean, you want to escape reality into something else, and so in your bid to escape, you consume every nonsense. And maybe you can't quite blame the corporate bodies if they decide that, okay, so this is where attention is. This is where we're going to put our monies. Okay, so that's our first conversation. Our next conversation will be our divorce series. Oh, good Lord. So our divorce series this afternoon, I think there's so much to talk about. But first, I think that couples, relationships, and social mentality is beginning to define what we know today as friendships and marriages. In fact, it's as though public opinion and not even the truth of the matter, it's what is shaping the way we define things, whether the way we define what success is, the way we define what God is, the way we define what anything is. It's just opinions, just public opinions. What's the public opinion? Whatever the public opinion is defines what we claim to be our point of view. And so we want to look at how public opinion is shaping our reality in our second hour. Well, you can tell our hands are full. We need to go off on a break to begin today's conversation On Open Thought Tuesday, let me see. Do you have my numbers? You don't. I would love to give them to you. 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190, and 08095-975805. Remember that if you're going to be calling me on WhatsApp and for any reason it doesn't connect, please do not despair. I'm going to indeed ask that you at least leave me a message, okay? It's Open Thought Tuesday. My name is Joyce. Welcome to the sunny side.
You are listening to Open Thought on the sunny side with Joyce. Let's talk.
If you were not born with a powerful surname or superhuman brains or connections that can easily open doors of opportunities for you, then you need to understand that in this game of life that you are a player in, all fingers are not equal. And as a result, you cannot afford to be normal. Back in school, especially in the Faculty of Law Unilag, where I studied, internships were a big deal. During my 400 level, people were applying to these big four law firms, and I wanted to apply like everybody else. And there was a template, right? You send your CV, you send your cover letter, and that was it. You wait for them to give you a response. So you apply to different law firms and just hope that one of them will give you a response. And I followed the template, right? I did my CV, wrote my cover letter, and I sent it to one of the big four law firms. And these guys did not give me a response in like a week. So what I did next was very interesting. First off, I discarded that template that we were given. I created my CV, but then I did not send a cover letter. Right, I didn't see the need for it. Instead, I ensured that the email I sent was going to be loaded before they look at my CV even. Previously, when I sent the generic application, the email read, the typical way: "Dear sir, my name is Victor Kafo, and I am a 400 level law student in the Faculty of Law, University of Lagos, and I am applying to be an intern at your prestigious law firm." But this time, first off, the email was titled "A Different Application." That was the subject of the email. I still have that email, but I haven't looked at it in a long time. I remember starting the mail with, "Dear sir, I am certain that there are hundreds or even thousands of students applying for a position that is even as temporary as an internship position at your prestigious law firm. However, this is a different email because I do not have an application. Rather, I have a few questions that I need to be answered." Then I itemized it. Number one, would you be willing to hire someone who has an incredible work ethic that would align with the vision of your company and take it to higher standards if given the opportunity? Number two, would you be willing to hire someone who has proven himself as one of the best public speakers in the entire University of Lagos and would use that skill to further enhance the brand of your law firm? And I listed all my traits. And then at the end of the email, I said, if the answers to all of these questions, right, is yes, then I'll be waiting for my interview call. And about a week after that, I got a call in the evening, right? And the person was like, "Hello, my name is this and this, and I'm the HR of..." She mentioned the name of the law firm. So immediately the woman asked me, first off, "Are you Victor Kafo?" I was like, "Yes, my name is Victor Kafo." And she started laughing. She was like, "Young man, I saw your email. Do you want to start your internship in October or in November?" When she said that, I froze for a minute, right? And I was like, "I think I'll be good for November. November is fine." She's like, "Okay, sure." When I got into the internship, we were about 10 doing the internship. Do you know what I discovered? Out of the 10 people doing the internship, right, we were only 2 that didn't know anybody that was already working there. We were only 2 that didn't have existing connections there. Do you see what's going on here? If you don't have the surname that will open doors for you, you don't have the connections, right? You're not from a super wealthy and influential family, that will just make a phone call or 2, and then you just get into where you want to get into. Then you have to think outside of the box. If you were not born with a powerful surname or superhuman brains or connections that can easily open doors of opportunities for you, then you need to understand that in this game of life that you are a player in, all fingers are not equal. And as a result, you cannot afford to be normal.
Okay, so I guess that's a very good way to intro the show. In this game of life where all fingers are not equal, you cannot afford to be normal. So maybe the abnormality that people have fully come to accept is exactly what we see all over social media. So let me welcome you to our conversation this afternoon. As you already know, the question is, what role do you think corporate bodies need to play in order to help at least not be adding to moral decadence? The role that corporate bodies, I guess the government needs to play to at least help society maintain a set standard. And maybe the other question, which is also a necessary question, is it the responsibility of corporate bodies, the men with the money, is it their responsibility to care what morality in society is? Because at this point, you can tell that the reason young Nigerians are doing what they're doing on social media is because they want to make money. And in response, the guys with the money who need to promote a brand or a product go where the attention is. Can I also preface this conversation by saying your attention is the new crude oil? 99.3 Nigeria Info, let's talk. Welcome to the show. My name's Joyce. What's your name?
Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
I can hear you. Good afternoon. Welcome. Tell me your name. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Collins from Lekki.
Welcome, Collins.
In 2025, society is what people decide, right? What's okay for the government to go out and get cars from abroad, but later come and say, "Oh, you guys should patronize Nigeria," is ridiculous. People have seen that and seen that. Oh, for you to get money, is either you thief, you steal from the bank, or you do ritual, or you go into politics before you can actually get money, right? Because that's what society is telling people. The same thing, if you want to date a girl and you don't have money, you are not going to get that girl. That's what society is telling people. So people will see all this growing up on social media, and of course, back in the day, you can't see all these things unless you watch TV. How many people have television in those days? But now social media, you can go online and you see people flaunting their wealth, and you're like, this is the way to go. Now you see when CBEX come out and all those fraudsters, you see people key into it because they want to live that life. They don't want to seem like they are poor, and that's the way that's bad, because on a normal day, 70,000 naira should be enough for people in a month. But because of the way the economy is, it cannot be enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you think corporate bodies, I lost you already. So is there a duty on corporate bodies to be mindful of what they promote so as not to promote moral decadence? Hello, welcome to the show. How are you? It's Open Thought Tuesday. If you can hear me, hello. Or you make it back. Hello, good afternoon. At the sunny side, you're listening to Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Captain Joyce. I'm Madoka from FaceTime.
Welcome to the show.
Corporate bodies are profit-driven, so they will do whatever they can to push up their profit. That is not even a problem. The problem is that in every business environment, in every country, it's government that regulates certain things and set an agenda. So what it means, there is a concept called corporate social responsibility. Government says, hey, go in this direction, promote academic programs, or bring in and incorporate whatever you are doing. You are likely to get this incentive from us if you go in this direction. So the corporate bodies, in order to gain from whatever the government is offering, will push their money in that direction. And for example, there are mathematical contests that are being organized by Cowbell. There's a program by Nigerian Info, has the winners actually have the state government recognized that program in his state, and it's a popular program. The Cowbell has been national for some time. Has the federal government, Federal Ministry of Education recognized that and say, hey, this is, so the government must set the agenda. They are kind of regulators, sort of. So once you set it and you push the corporate board in that direction, we can't force them.
Yeah, but do you think that for the government to regulate the social agenda, it may not be it would not be seen as an infringement on the rights of expressions of people?
Not regulate as in regulate. I say create incentives.
Oh,
in
okay,
America,
okay.
In America, they try to prop up non-profits and say, okay, if a group of people can come in and pursue this cause, you're not going to profit. Although we regulate you and make sure you don't stay the donors' money. In the same way, they encourage corporate bodies go in direction. Can you go in direction of promote educational program, promote investment? Bring out the money and say compete for this amount. If you invent something, we'll look at your invention. We'll give you this amount. For doing that, you are tax exemptions. Here and there.
Okay. Yeah. I see your point. Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Hello. Good afternoon, sister.
Afternoon to you.
And the first thing put back for jump issue.
Go ahead.
Okay, sister. Number one, technology IT programming from jump cause wahala. Top one supply at centers. Telling students to go to 6:30 a.m. at their centers, which is I call it psychological warfare. Giving students ICAP and the CBN tough question that are 14 and 16 and 20 years. Finally, jobs are now making machine. You ask us the question if it is their responsibility for the corporate bodies. Yes, it is their responsibility too. Corporate bodies should focus more on philanthropy, giving scholarships to first class at universities.
Okay, I sincerely apologize. First, I have
to
be
off. I will come back after this morning.
We'll be right back.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
FM Festival is back again! A time for exciting games, music, dance, and fun for every family!
Join us for the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp.
Don't miss the fun! Don't miss the vibe! Bring your brothers and sisters, your daddy and mommy, even your uncles and aunties to join this exciting moment! Even your friends aren't left out. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle!
Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Proudly brought to you by Kids FM, where every kid's a star.
Now ask for them. We don't run them. You ask for them. It don't happen. Yes, so News Central did live on top Go TV channel 23 with the summoner, the latest story and information from Niger and Obodo Yibo. Sabi say with Go TV, News Central go knock you correct story and what did they happen for politics, business, sports, and entertainment as it hot. As it happen, now so we dey talk amo, you ask for them. You don't get them. News Central, station where they totori belle.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Lagos, are you ready for an experience like no other? It's the maiden edition of Drinks Fest Lagos.
The Drinks Showcase.
Happening on the 30th and 31st of May 2025. Venue, Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. 2 days of epic flavors, endless fun, and immaculate vibes. Sample the best drinks, spirits, wines, and more. Premium drinks, beautiful people, and awesome performances featuring DJ Neptune, Tune, Alternate Sounds, DJ KY's, DJ Beast,
and other surprise acts.
Hosted by the Energy God himself, DO to the TUN, alongside Melody, not MIA. Get your tickets at Tix Africa. Get ready to sip, savor, and celebrate. For sponsorship and more, contact 0708 955 5200. Drinks Fest Lagos.
Drinks Fest Lagos.
The Drinks Showcase, a without-a-box concept.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hey Lagos, I've got something fun for kids, parents, guardians, uncles, aunties, whoever you are. This is for you. The Kids FM Festival 2.0 is back. Get your families ready and let's have some fun with games, music, and so much more. If you missed the first one, don't miss the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos. Time 12 p.m. sharp. Don't miss the fun. Don't miss the vibes. Bring your friends, brothers, sisters, moms, dads, aunts and uncles, and let's turn up. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle. Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. One more time, register at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Sunday, June 1st at Balmoral Convention Center, 12 p.m. prompt. Kids FM Festival 2.0. Family fun. So come, let's play.
Nigerians have died from this COVID, and government has come out to say, yeah, if individual, that individual died from COVID. So why are people not believing that? Why would we lie?
When you just eat Gary a lot without adding other things, you can have problems with the eyes. Especially when Gary isn't properly processed.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. You are listening to the news update at this time. The Federal Ministry of Works has announced a planned closure of the Joram Marine Bridge starting 7 a.m. on Sunday, the 18th of May, for a 21-day critical repair project. Parts of the bridge will be fully closed, while others will remain partially accessible. The ministry says the work, which involves lifting the bridge deck to replace faulty bearings, will improve road safety and enhance driving conditions. Diversion routes and traffic control plans are already in place, and residents and businesses in the area are advised to plan accordingly. Safety precautions, proper signage, and traffic guidance will be available for motorists and pedestrians. In a statement signed by the Federal Controller of Works, Lagos, Olukorede Kesha, the ministry apologized for any inconvenience and thanked the public for their patience and cooperation as efforts to improve Lagos's infrastructure continue. In politics, several political parties in Lagos are calling on LASIEC to scrap administrative fees for the upcoming local government elections. Candidates are currently required to pay between 50,000 and 150,000 naira to contest in the July 12 polls. Speaking under the umbrella of IPAC, party leaders say the fees are unconstitutional and could disenfranchise candidates. They cited Ogun and Oyo states where similar charges were dropped. The group has threatened legal action if the fees are not cancelled by Wednesday. No LASIEC official addressed the protesters during their peaceful march to the commission's office. In security, Lagos police have rescued 14-year-old Hassan, who was kidnapped in Olodiapapa. The kidnappers had demanded 20 million naira ransom, but police arrested the suspect at the drop-off point. Hassan was later found unharmed at a hotel in Ajegunle, where the manager was also detained. In separate operations, police arrested 27 suspects for offences including armed robbery and cultism, recovering weapons and stolen items. Commissioner Olondare Jimo reassures residents of the force's continued efforts to combat crime. Let's head to Borno State, where Governor Babagana Zulum has condemned recent attacks by Boko Haram and ISWAP in Maiduguri, Damboa, Marte, Chibok, and other areas. 2 teachers were killed by a roadside bomb on the 12th of May while traveling for an examination. Soldiers and civilians also lost their lives in the recent wave of violence. Governor Zulum has promised stronger military collaboration and urged citizens to stay hopeful. He described the attacks as a partial eclipse, vowing we shall overcome. On the foreign scene, Israeli forces have bombed the Nasser Medical Complex in Khan Yunis, killing 2 people, including journalist Hassan Islay. Several patients and hospital staff were injured in the attack. The bombing comes as Gaza's healthcare system teeters on the brink after months of sustained conflict. Local authorities have condemned the strike on a medical facility, and Israel says it is investigating the incident. And that's all for now. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce. It's Open Thoughts Tuesday, right here at 99.3 Nigeria Info, and I am Yvonne Archival. Thank you for your time.
What's that station again?
Oh yeah, Kemo, go buy
No.
Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So now here we dey talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
What are people doing for money these days, and how is it affecting society? 99.3 Nigeria Info, The Sunny Side. Welcome. It's so good to have you join the conversation, and we're looking to figure out how, I guess, by actions, in a bid to make a living these days, we are terraforming society. We're even terraforming what life in the new world will mean. It's 5 minutes past 1 p.m. on Nigeria Info. Welcome. We're live streaming. We're on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM, and I'd like to hear your opinion on how you think our world is changing. Well, I guess there are many things informing the change in the world today, but when it comes to our pursuit of money, one, do you think corporate bodies have a duty to maintain moral standards? Because again, I've shown you how this thing works. They're here to make money, and they go where your attention goes. And so if your attention is with garbage content, they're going to put their money there because they know that's exactly where they're going to find you. But on a broader scale, there are issues where people are doing stuff, like doing things to make money. So how is this whole idea of making money changing society? And I want to truly figure out how you think that is probably also affecting the level of education in our society today. Welcome. Kem is with me in the studio. We're back to the conversation. Hello, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you so much for calling. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
My name is Michael.
Welcome, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay. On one hand, you can say corporate bodies do have some kind of responsibility, but it's not a responsibility we can enforce. So we wouldn't sit squarely on them. I believe the responsibility is on us. Like you said earlier, if our attention is on things that are garbage, that's where the corporate bodies would go. The first problem we have is that we worship money. We don't care where or how someone makes money. As long as he has money, he gets all the respect, he gets all the accolades. And that is what these young people see. They really don't care how it's done as long as they have money. So at the end of the day, the fault or the solution lies with us, citizens, people in this country.
Yeah.
It's not the corporate body. Yes, they have some kind of responsibility, like I said.
Yeah.
But another...
I have lost you, have I? I may have. Okay. What are some of the crazy things that people are doing for money today? I'm just curious to find out. Hello, The Sunny Side. Welcome to the show.
Hello,
good to have you. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Corporate body to help our out-of-school children too. Help that guy and others that have technological innovations that deal with fuel and the water stove, like us. Also help in rehabilitating the drug intakers. Not focusing too much on Big Brother and or etc. which they are also gaining psychologically too. I don't think Nigerians are dumping themselves down. I know how some defy Yahoo and position to work in a factory 6 a.m. 5:30 in other industrial estate, and I'm when I'm going out early in the morning, I see Nigerians struggling. Look at what Burkina Faso president is doing in Burkina Faso. It's building house for the youth and the citizens, and the building factories. If we have factories and houses, what they concern us entertainment like that? Me myself, I'm a corporate body. I'm doing my own too. All of friends I receive Easter. I don't share and finish because I cannot be crying.
Thank you for calling. Thank you. I do not appreciate. Pardon me. Sometimes.
Lagos.
I need to shake this gentleman. Welcome to the show, Nigeria Info. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello?
Turn off the volume of your radio set, okay?
Okay, it's done. Can you hear me now? Is it better now?
Yes, it is. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
CY from Satellite Town.
Good to have you. Thank you for being here.
Yes, I think the question about whether corporate firms have a responsibility.
To social morality.
Think it's morality, rather. I do not think that is really within their purview. I think it's within the government because I think the government sets the agenda, right? Why is it that there are certain things that are not aired on by the mainstream media?
Like
because
what?
Of the moral. For instance, pornography. For instance, why is it not aired on the mainstream television like the channel, the normal channels that we know?
Yeah, but nobody airs pornography though anywhere.
I know. The point I'm trying to make here is that the government has a moral duty, moral responsibility, rather, to set those values that promote morality within the society.
Right. Okay.
Like there are a lot of competitions, like educational. Why is it that, for instance, I give you an example, the Nigeria Info debate that we all love so much.
Yeah.
In the end, how much? A paltry sum of 1 million is what is it? But meanwhile, Big Brother Nigeria, find them giving us, I think this year is about 100 and something million.
Yeah, 2023 was 120, and last year I think it was 100 million.
Okay, imagine Joyce. You give such humongous amount for people that barely go and lock themselves in a room for 3 months and make out and do all manner of stuff that are not palatable to the eyes of our youth. And then the government allows these things to air just because perhaps those people that are organizing it are paying them huge amounts. So you see, I wouldn't blame the corporate bodies. I blame the government who have failed to protect the citizens' morality by virtue of setting standards for the values that should be upheld in the society. I don't think I have any qualms with the corporate. Of course, there are certain organizations that imbibe the rule of corporate social responsibility. But when you leave it at the mercy of those individuals, whether they want to do or not to do, then the government would have failed. So for me, programs like Big Brother Nigeria should never be aired. I tell you, because I know so many that program has done having imbibed into a kind of mindset into a lot of youth. And then when they begin to manifest these things in the society and you see a lot of moral decadence, you now begin to say, oh, the society, So for me, I blame the government solely.
Okay. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side. You speak in a moment. Okay. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Welcome to Nigeria Info. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Yes. So,
tell us your name.
Calling from Afromedia. I'm not calling from Afromedia.
Good to have you, Nachiko. Thank you for calling me.
Yes. What I want to say this afternoon is that all these major generals that have been meeting with our president every day concerning insecurity, and they are not doing anything, can they be removed? Because when you offer a job in a company or in an organization as a managing director, and they are not doing well, you will be removed. Upon that, when they have meeting every day with the major generals, Army, Navy, police, every day they say, we're here, we'll try our best. And the thing that is crying is still crying. People are dying. They are killing people every day. Look at the Bronu, look at the Benue, look at Jos. And these people are there. They are major generals, army generals. They heads every day. They are having meetings. So if they are not performing, can't they be removed and put other people there? Yes.
Thank you.
Look at Netanyahu. When the army general is not doing well, he removed the man and put another person, and the war continues. So that is what I want to say this afternoon. Please, thank you very much.
Okay, so Kemi, you have messages you want to go through?
So I was saying he mentioned something about the government and whatnot, curbing some certain things not to air. So I was like, the social standards in Nigeria alone. Do you think the social standards in Nigeria it's okay enough for us to now say, oh, the government should actually step in place and start curbing all these things? Because
I'm not sure. Are you saying that the government itself is not moral enough to implement?
Yeah, because the profiling or the representation of a morally upright person in Nigeria, is that it?
Does it exist?
Does it even exist? Yes. And what does it look like?
Lagos is there a profile for this is a very tricky one. Yeah. Okay, so wait, could you ask the question?
Yeah.
Ask the question.
Okay. So is profiling a good representation of what Nigeria is?
No. That was not the question I wanted you to ask. So is there a moral
profile for a morally upright person in Nigeria? And what does it look like? Because then we'll be able to measure social standards, and from there, a government can now enforce, and then corporate bodies can follow suit. But back to number one, is there even a profile that says, okay, this is what
a sort of model that we can say where here is what social standards should be like
in Nigeria, and this is an uprightly moral person, follow suit.
Okay, so let's go to Ghana first. From Ghana, we have Chris. He says, I believe wealthy citizens and big brands have a big role to play in shaping morality in society. This is primarily on how and where they invest in. A cousin of mine working with a big marketing agency in Lagos told me that over 103 organizations have applied to be part sponsors of Big Brother Niger in 2025. Imagine that. How many times have we seen an avalanche of sponsors for an educational or innovative program? Our society is wealthy over morality. Our society
is wealth
over our society is the choice of wealth over morality.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
You know, like I would think I would be I want to be surprised that there is a moral model that society is supposed to uphold.
Oh, wow.
But no society has a moral model.
Exactly.
But they have a moral standard.
Yeah.
Okay, Lagos, do we have a standard to which we can say to the young people in the country, this is a standard, follow? Or are we just, I guess...
we're whining ourselves.
The sunny side. Welcome to the show. How are you? It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, this is Suko. I'm calling from Funsha Williams Avenue right now.
Fantastic. Good to have you here. Are you a first-time caller? I'm meeting a lot of first-time callers today.
Yeah, well, this is my first time of calling your show, but not Nigerian for station.
Well, thank you so much for calling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're talking about some things that I think reasonable people will look at what you're saying or what you're discussing and take it as something very urgent. Now, let me give you a little picture of what I've been observing as the day goes. Each day, each time I pass on the street, I look at students going to school. I mean, secondary school students carrying phones, yet, putting some different hairstyles, earrings, dressing casually as if they are going to a club, a party house with their school uniform. I remembered the very first day I was coming back from school, back in my secondary school days, and I had to fly my shirt. There was a teacher. The woman was not in my school like a teacher in my school, but a teacher in another school. who knew me or who knew my mom, because my mom is a teacher or was a teacher then because she has retired. And the woman came in, removed cane from my bag, locked me seriously, and said I should stock in my shirt. That was after school hours on my way back home. That's back then when I was in secondary school. But now you can see children behaving the way they like. Nobody cares about it. In fact, if you try to caution a child, I think you're in for something very serious. Then there was a particular day I was on my way to work, and there were these, I think 5 or 6 of them, some secondary school students on their way to school. They were just conversating within themselves. And what I heard was education is a scam. Education is a scam.
Yeah.
Education is a scam.
I don't know how we started that.
Yeah, so I was like asking myself, education is a scam. I mean, is this a new slogan? I mean, is this the way we are going in Nigeria, that children who are supposed to be in school are saying that education is a scam? I mean, we have a long way to go in this country, and it's very, 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 very... I mean, sometimes when I look at my children, I feel so sorry for Nigeria. I cry sometimes and I ask myself, is this the country, schools that I want to raise my children? I mean, in this kind of environment, I feel so sorry. Sometimes I cry. I weep for Nigeria. Seriously. I mean, it's really, really something that Nigeria, our leaders should look into. You know, mass failure in them, it's terrible.
Well, so
it's terrible.
now I think we may need to extend some pause when it comes to the supposition that it's mass failure, because now JAM is saying that they're going to review the results. And I think it's necessary because a lot of people are complaining. So the Joint Admission and Matriculations Board has announced an immediate review of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination following the public outrage over alleged technical malfunctions and an alarming mass failure rate. So things may change after review, but I can understand how this may concern you.
Okay, no, you can see before it gets to JAM, it started from the primary school to secondary school, to the juniors of secondary school, and before it gets to JAM. What happens from the basics? That's where the problem is.
Oh, I see.
Before it gets to JAM, what happens to the basics? So that's where we need to start.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much. I'm enjoying you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, just before we go back to the telephone lines, for the benefit of those who are wondering why this is a necessary conversation, corporate social responsibility is a concept where businesses integrate social, environmental, and ethical considerations into their operations and interactions with stakeholders. It's about companies going beyond just making a profit and considering their impact on society and the environment. If you have just tuned in, welcome. To Open Thought Tuesday, we are laboring with the consideration of the role of corporate bodies in society. And I think it's because a number of factors are shaping or remodeling society, whether it's through pictures or through language, or even, I would say, remodeling the social psychology of society. And today, we have to look at how people are making money, the things people do for money. Since last night or this morning, there's been a trend of, I think someone had a sex video released, and I think the first 5, look at it, 1, 2, I think four trends, the first 4 trends or 5 are about this sex video. And I think that's one thing. Our appetite, insatiable appetite for sex. And then there is what people are doing for money. And when you look at the world around you, you can see how it's quickly terraforming. But the question or the conversation is how and what are the things terraforming society? So, Kemi, messages?
Okay. Yeah, this person said, when I was young, we watched TV programs like The Village Headmaster, New Masquerade. taught us good morals compared to the things that we have on air now? You find a big difference, and I feel right now things are not properly controlled by the government.
Okay, so this is probably the nth time I'm hearing the concern. Well, I'm hearing people blame or they're saddle the government with the responsibility of morality in society. Do we have a government that can manage and measure what the moral standards in our society is today? Okay.
Where does the government stem from? It's not from the people. From
Okay.
within the people.
The reason we're gathered here today, people, is to separate one people from the other people. So maybe there's a class, maybe we'll have a class of moralists who can make a conversation, or we have a class of immoralists who may defend their position this afternoon. Nigeria Info Open Thought Tuesday. So good to have you join us here.
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you so much for calling the Sunny Side. Welcome.
Afternoon. This is Dara from Lagos.
Okay, real quick, go ahead, please.
The thing is, since this government came into power, morals has been has been thrown into the dustbin. So, if you talk about morals, if you talk about character, if you talk about dignity, everything has been thrown into the trash can. Now, when a leadership, by example, you cannot question his certificates or you to check his background and every other thing to know where they are coming from. It will be very difficult to be able to preach to the little ones. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm following you.
So it will be difficult to be able to preach morals to the young ones. Okay. Whereas,
pardon me,
situation whereby,
pardon me, I want to go off on a break. Hang in there. I'll come back to you shortly. Okay.
Oh, please. Again, no problem.
All right, Lego.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
They say truth sets you free. But in a world where news spreads fast and popular narratives shape opinions, how do you separate truth from deception? Introducing Fact or Propaganda, the show that puts the biggest social, political, and media narratives under the microscope.
More than 60% of the population is below the age of 30. A lot of them hadn't been to school.
A lot of these young people are not employable.
Every week, we critically analyze narratives shaping our country, separating facts from clever manipulation. Who benefits from these narratives? What's real and what's just propaganda?
Unfortunately, paternity fraud is not a crime in Nigeria. Our laws are silent on this issue.
Join the conversation. Be part part of the investigation. Tune in. Join Babatunde Abdusalam every Monday, 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And let's uncover the truth together. Fact or propaganda. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't just believe. Investigate.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Do not forget that we're giving away money on here, okay? Courtesy of oneplay.ng. Now, this one, all you have to do to be part of this is play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your tickets will be in the draw. Now, where do you play? On the website, of course. If you have a smartphone, you can just dial www.oneplay.ng. Okay, you could just go to that website, www.oneplay.ng. Okay, and if you don't have a smartphone, you have a small phone, or you have an Android phone that does not have data, well, you can still win some of that money. All you have to do is dial the code *347*880*3#. Now, note that all you have to do is play with 500 naira or more. Pick your station, Nigeria Info. Follow the instructions, and in a few seconds, you're on your way to winning some of that cool money, okay? So the more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. There's money to be won on the Money Crossfire, What's Up Lagos, Sunnyside, Game On shows, weekday, weekends, money everywhere. And playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot, okay? Your chances of winning are still the same too, whether you use the website or you use the USSD code. That's www.oneplay.ng or *347*880*3#. Now, if you've forgotten that we give away money on the sunny side, well, you better remember now and start playing, because that draw will happen next hour. We will not call you up. OnePlay will do that by themselves. You get your money in 24 hours max. So if you think you need 25,000 naira, start playing now. If not, don't worry. I could have won a lot.
We're back. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Welcome to the show. My name's Joyce. It's 31 minutes past 1 p.m. And we're Nigeria Info. We're looking at influences on morality in society. And I guess specifically due to a message sent to the studio by a listener saying that corporate bodies have a duty to either not make worse immorality in society, but specifically ensure that whatever it is they're putting their monies into are ethical things that can promote social, environmental, and ethical aspects of society. So we're going to go to WhatsApp right now to read a number of your messages, and then we're going to be on the telephone lines. If you're calling me, I do appreciate, but please just give me a moment. WhatsApp commentary has to be next.
Okay.
Kemi.
Joyce, I've called earlier leading to you and Kemi, asking if we have a moral standard. I would say yes, we do, because regardless of the downward moral decadence, we should not and have not allowed things like pornography to be aired on mainstream media. So why allow the kind of rubbish that we see on BB Niger? The onus is on government to see our moral standards. Okay. This person says, the modern world is now a place where decorum is sacrificed on the altar of money, and I blame the perversive spirit of mammon for this. It is an upside-down world where immorality and buffoonery are handsomely rewarded and sanity and uprightness are thrown to the gutters. It is easy to fight what you can see, but when what is behind this madness is an invisible force, then our holy hope is to turn to God for rescue.
Yeah, but so the problem with turning to God is like you're clinging to the devil, but you're turning to God. You can't serve God and Mammon. We're going to do one or the other. Welcome to the show. Your society is probably not what it was 30 years ago, and we're trying to define the complexity, simplify it, and maybe make sense of what to be as a society moving forward. So, Kemi.
Okay. Businesses are out to make profits, and they move according to trends. As it is, Nigeria is focused on entertainment and fast gratuity. Most of the decay starts with the family. The family shapes every individual. The first point of call for any human is his or her parents. So if the family unit is broken, then the future is bleak.
Okay, so what if the family unit is not broken, but money or the need of it thereof is placing enough pressure for whoever must be in pursuit of money to approach the hunt in an abnormal way? Let's talk. If you have forgotten, I'd like to just quickly play you that audio from the beginning of the show. A gentleman who said that he had to seek internship, and given the way internship go, he had to do something, I guess, drastic in order to tap into his opportunity. Here's the audio again.
A powerful surname, or if you were not born with a powerful surname or superhuman brains or connections that can easily open doors of opportunities for you, then you need to understand that this game of life that you are a player in, all fingers are not equal, and as a result, you cannot afford to be normal. Back in school, especially in the...
All right, so let's pick the conversation from there. How much abnormality is sanity, and how much of that abnormality says we're now teetering on madness? Welcome to the show. How are you? It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Nice. Good afternoon. Long time.
Well, I'm glad that you're alive and you're here. Welcome. Yeah. What's your name?
This is Moses calling from Lekki.
Thank you for
God bless that person that said charity. I mean, first of all, first contact begins from the family. Now we can see where the society, the thing that is affecting the society today, we can see where it's coming from, even from the callers. Imagine, how can a family, a father or a mother say is the government that will give their children moral training? See, even as good as China is, or as careful they are about what is coming to their internet or not, there are still children that are extremely wayward there in that country. No government will train your child for you. Hello, Joyce. I don't know if you're there.
I'm not.
Hello? No government will train your child for you, and no company out there will be the one to set your moral standards. They are looking for money, and same thing affects our music today. When you sing a song, nice song, find all the senses in this world and put into that song, it doesn't fit the society. They don't like it. But when you sing about back and front and hit their head, everybody will start dancing like mad people. So people know that, and they decide to start giving them what they want for them to make their money. Because if you make sense with your song, they won't buy it. So give them what they want. So it's amazing how parents will be calling and saying, government should adjust it. No matter anything government can adjust in this whole world, if you don't do what you need to do as a father or mother, that child is going to go wayward. Because first, he said, train your child from infant so that when he grows, the child will not depart from what you have trained.
So all these mad people we see on X, their parents didn't train them?
Many of them, yes.
All right.
You see, sometimes you think as a parent you are giving your child the best training when you are even spoiling the child.
Okay, I'll note that one. Thank you so much for calling. Really, I appreciate it.
So, can we say that X is for untrained humans? Untrained Nigerians.
Vacant human beings, debased, abnormal, immoral, human beings.
Okay, I don't have an X account.
I do. Do I count?
Say nothing.
It's Open Thought Tuesday. You're listening to 99.3. We're Nigeria Info.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good to have you. Welcome. You tell us your name,
my
you
name
can
is
go ahead.
Bukumi.
Yeah,
Am
sure.
I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You ready?
Let me look at this from a very, very dynamic perspective. Well, you know that just as your colleague Kemi said a while ago, okay, the information she read out a while ago, that companies are out to make money. You see, through advertising, albeit subliminally, companies can pass out messages, irrespective of whatever they want to pass. Like when they pass out the message concerning tobacco, that you should smoke tobacco at your own risk. That is part of their own social contribution.
Can you do us all a favor? Pardon me. Can you turn off the volume of your radio set?
Okay, hold on. I'm very sorry.
But you know that thing already. You see this bad behavior thing that you have made constant.
I know.
Why didn't you then do it?
Okay.
All right, let's try again. Let's go ahead.
Okay. So when they pass message across, are you getting me, ma?
I'm with you. Please go ahead. I'm with you.
Okay, when they pass message across, there's a portion of it that has to do with their social responsibility as a corporate entity. That they have to meet this, maybe contribute in one way or the other society. And there's another angle of it, the moral social part of it, is that they have to contribute to the advancement of the society socially. Because they know very well that at the end of the day, society now, they spend their money to advance the growth of the corporate entities. So there's another angle of it that has to do with their moral contribution to the society as well as building their corporate image. So when you look at it from this purely from that perspective, we know that companies are responsible to add value instead of pressing across messages through advertising, through corporate contribution to society, or through social re-engineering. And that's exactly why most of these companies are, before they got reinvested in some society, what do they have to contribute? Apart from the growth of the society economically, what do you have to contribute morally to society? And that's why U.S. was battling TikTok. When the former presidency the government was there, they were battling TikTok through China.
It wasn't a moral contention. I think it was more a data contention. America is Babylon. I don't know if we've. Yeah, America is gone. America's done.
Of the content of their this and they have to sort it out one way or the other.
Yeah, but that was a data contention.
Which is meant by moral cooperation.
Okay, so you say that we should hold the corporate bodies responsible for their moral input into society.
You understand? Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And you know, AI are taking out less of this through all this. You have to go to technology, artificial intelligence, and a lot of these things are being embedded in the corporate outfit of most modern community dispensation. That's
fantastic. Thank you, really, for calling me.
Yes.
The sunny side is Open Thought Tuesday. Messages stacking up. Kemi, run.
Okay, this person says, good afternoon, Joyce. This topic has a multi-layer, but I'd like to tackle it from social media perspective. What are our kids consuming online? TikTok and X are filled with X-rated content that most parents don't even know how to secure their kids from seeing those things. And when the government...
Pardon me. Most parents don't know how to secure themselves.
No, it said their kids.
And themselves. Go ahead.
Okay. And when the government came out to regulate social media, people were quick to shut it down. A lot of these behaviors we're seeing in our young ones are learnt online. In as much as most parents try their best, sometimes these kids learn it from peers in school. So I think when we are ready as a nation, we will tackle it rightly. There is a reason China regulates its social media. This person says, growing up, we used to listen to blues, soft music, and reflect on love, broken hearts, injustice by the government, fight against corruption, nepotism, etc. But music these days are full of immorality, cultism, lyrics, billions, and so on. Most of the music on the street, you enjoy it when you are very high on drugs, substances, or alcohol. Most of these singers are seen as role models in our society today.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because that is honestly a very fantastic point. It's so for me, it's two-edged actually. There's the aspect where we do this. The Nigeria has a mentality of idolatry. They deny it, but you're idol worshippers. You do this thing where you place someone up there, and then you just bow down. It takes nothing for you to bend a knee around here. Okay, and then I wonder whether you hold them accountable for what they produce by way of art. Yeah. Because maybe they're also imitating society. Okay, messages.
Hi, Joyce. Many young people have lost faith in value and relevance of education in Nigeria. That's why you hear them use the expression education as scam. Young Nigerians are exposed to alternative source of information, inspiration, and aspiration. They see the success stories of the celebrities, influencers, and entrepreneurs who have achieved fame and fortune without formal education or by dropping out of school. They also see the failures and frustrations of the educated people who are struggling to make ends meet who are unhappy with their careers. In conclusion, the expression education as scam is a reflection of the dissatisfaction and disappointment of many young Nigerians with the educational system and socio-economic situation in the country.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Capitalism is what it is. It goes where the money goes. It's not the duty of corporate bodies to lead the moral compass. They are simply there for business. It's strictly the responsibility of government to lead that course. Just as Joyce mentioned in her introduction, there is a reason why the Chinese government is having their hands, legs, and noses on what their citizens consume on social media. This is because if they don't lead the way, someone else will and might do it wrongly. Now, let's just juxtapose that with the obtainable with what is obtainable in North Korea. The citizens may not like it, but do they have a choice? Corporate bodies, aka capitalists, will and can only follow the lead of the government.
What sort of comparisons did you even make in your message? China and North Korea. You don't like liberty? What in hell was that?
Love it. When they bring it now, you will run. On the
wait. The purpose of the conversation is not to stretch you towards the extreme. It's probably to endear you to responsibility. This is a very weird comparison. North Korea, in amongst all of God's good graces, North Korea. All right, WhatsApp.
Can I just say that if we followed North Korea right now, people will burn. And nobody will hear.
First of all, we can't.
And we will choke.
No, we can't follow. Can we just move on? This is not it's not going to be a conversation.
No. All right.
No,
Let's
go. Not.
Let's avoid it. It will come back. On the part of individuals, the quest to trend is one major reason why people places foolishness over morality. Also, I think that this present government is totally a bad omen. I also think that this present government is responsible for high moral decadence in the society. Immorality, wickedness, evilness, indecency has tripled since Tinubu took over power. When the wicked is on the throne, the society suffers.
Confusing. Okay, just hold your breath. You need to review this WhatsApp. It's a little confusing for me, but telephone line to Open Thought Tuesday on Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. It's so good to have you. Turn up the volume of your radio set, if you would.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I've done that already.
Welcome. What's your name? And then you can go ahead.
Thank you, Joyce. This is Joe Chubez. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah. Well, I want to just address perhaps the topic you have just raised. This is it's important, even in the society, really. But I think the corporate bodies, they have responsibility. But who will set, they need to come, I believe that corporate, what do they call it? They have a responsibility. And this will be based on the society they are operating in. And this is where government comes in. If perhaps what the government portrays is what investors will follow. Any society that does not permit all this kind of lifestyle. Any investor coming there knows where it's coming. This is where I will say that government has the responsibility. In as far as I know that parents... Hello?
I'm with you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. In as far as I know that parents have their own responsibility, but the government is the people that set policies, or how do I put it?
Agendas,
they set
the moral
standard.
agenda?
They set the agenda. God bless you. They should be the ones setting the agendas. Growing up, I know that there are positions you need to occupy, and you don't have to have your morality bent. Unfortunately, we have leaders who question them from, and at the end, they will still be the ones leading you. There was one day I was very close to the road, and there were some group of ladies, I believe they are working for Microfinance Bank, saying, "Man, this education is a scam. Look at what that table is eating. Can I afford it?" And in fact, I can't even forget that day because I was heartbroken. So it is what the government is presenting that investors are buying on. If you promote education, investors will come and invest in education. If you promote immorality, that is what we get. So I believe, in as far as corporate bodies have their responsibility, but government must be the people to set the agenda.
All right.
I think that is my view.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Not scam. Okay.
I'll give it to you. Open Thought Tuesday on Nigeria Info. I know.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
You can't believe the telephone lines. So good to have you join the conversation. If you tell us your name, that would be great. Go ahead.
Okay, Joyce. There's something I want you to understand.
Would you tell me your name?
You see, when you expect... Yes, Emmanuel is my name.
All right. Go ahead.
When you expect something to happen when you know that thing cannot happen, you are just wasting your time. This is a society that can never get better. If other places can get better by the help of their government, this is not a society where you should expect that. You see, when I was born, I remember when I was born, there are moralities, there are things that I know I cannot do, even up till date, that my parents told me, and I kept it in my hand, that I know I can't let go. I had opportunities all my life in Lagos. I had opportunities where I stayed alone. And so many women in Lagos that I can just keep as many as I want in my house. But I have that fear that my parents told me that time that, the more women you sleep with, the more demons you carry upon yourself. And there are in those days, my mom would tell me, there are things you cannot do. You cannot dance on certain dance because when you dance that dance, you go to hellfire. That's the kind of dance you go ahead to dance, even in hellfire. So what am I trying to say? Your parents can only do a little. Your government can do nothing, even not close to a little. So don't even expect from your government to help. What you should do as a human being, you yourself know what is good and what is bad. And if you are expecting, there should be a clean money as far as this country is concerned, you are playing. Even in the church, there's still offering. So what are you expecting from we that are in the world? So even if you get a society, if you get a society that is so corrupt by the head, then you expect the tail to be rotting. As far as we are concerned, as far as this country is concerned, never you expect anything good. So
all right.
we should just only impute whatever you can impute into your children. The rest are left for them to decide on how to go. Okay. There is no training that I wasn't brought through. You should know what a Deeper Life member is from childhood as at 80s. Do you understand?
I'm with you.
There's nothing that my parents did not put into me. But as I am now, society has changed my attitude that if I see your money, I can take it. If I see you dying inside one car and there's money beside you, I take the money and I leave you. My children must survive. I cannot go begging. So that is the society we are now, of which I know it is wrong. But if God knows it is wrong, God should make these leaders change. Or the leaders should change. And let us live in a right society. Why is God not killing them? He's still leaving them to repent. How long? How many years? Imagine you are waiting for Tinubu to repent, to go to where? Heaven. If I see to fight ourselves out into a fire.
I appreciate your honesty. I really can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your honesty. Apparently, she refused to play the devil's advocate when the show started. Kemi officially terraforms into the devil. She's here to support the corporations and where they put their money. So what's your argument for the corporation?
Okay, first off, the education has come. Well, that appears to be true now, because if a company will hire somebody that doesn't have the necessary degree and qualifications to do something but has the necessary clout, then you can now see that the term education has come is already applying. Because when someone went to school, primary school, secondary school, they paid those fees. You went to university 6 years or 8 years because of ASU and all that. You come out finish, and then somebody is telling you, because Mr. Lagbaja's son is in a certain space, we have to bring the boy inside because of clout. Clout equals money. Businesses are here to make money. That's just the truth. Okay.
So I don't pardon
Nigeria is a system that thrives, that lives on corruption.
So
therefore, being corrupt is the
it's
moral.
a gimmick. What?
Wait.
What?
It's the way that they are thriving. It's the way that they are surviving.
Yeah,
and when a business comes, it looks at what is on ground. You have to look at the game and learn how to play your cards too. So yes, these corporate companies are playing their cards.
But you can also be so. I have two objections to your 2 points. One, you can be a pace setter. It takes a lot of character and will to be a pace setter. That's one. Two, you're not getting educated for the other person. You're getting educated for yourself.
And what good does that do you if there's no money in your account?
Well, yeah, I can understand it, but education for me is to enlighten the human mind, and to not be enlightened, you're better off dead.
And may you not be
So
enlightened and be drinking Gary. That's
no,
what they're
but
running.
okay. So we're gonna go off on a break. I object to the phrase, maybe because of the way I interpret it. We'll be right back on Open Thought Tuesday on Nigeria Info.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Exciting games, music, dance, and fun for every family.
Join us for the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp.
Don't miss the fun! Don't miss the fun! Bring your brothers and sisters, your daddy and mommy, even your uncles and aunties to join this exciting moment. Even your friends aren't left out. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle!
Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Proudly brought to you by Kids FM, where every kid's a star.
One of the biggest football fan festivals in Nigeria is back. It's Go Fest 2025. Come turn up the energy. Go Fest 2025 will also feature exhilarating games, food, and comedy. Come watch the UEFA Champions League finals on a super huge screen. Go Fest 2025 will take place on the 31st of May 2025 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 12 noon. Limited tickets available. Get your free tickets now at www.gofestnigeria.com. Go Fest 2025 is powered by Femi and the Gang and Football Republic, sponsored by Squadron, proudly refreshed by Pepsi.
Lagos, are you ready for an experience like no other? It's the maiden edition of Drinks Fest Lagos.
The Drinks Showcase.
Happening on the 30th and 31st of May 2025. Venue, Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. 2 days of epic flavors, endless fun, and immaculate vibes. Sample the best drinks, spirits, wines, and more. Premium drinks, beautiful people, and awesome performances featuring DJ Neptune, Alternate Sounds, DJ KYs, DJ Beast,
And other surprise acts.
hosted by the energy god himself, DO to the TUN, alongside Melody, not MIA. Get your tickets at Tix Africa. Get ready to sip, savor, and celebrate. For sponsorship and more, contact 0708 955 5200. Drinks Fest Lagos. Drinks Fest Lagos. The Drinks Showcase, a without-a-box concept.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Grand Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Hey Lagos, I've got something fun for kids, parents, guardians, uncles, aunties, whoever you are. This is for you. The Kids FM Festival 2.0 is back. Get your families ready and let's have some fun with games, music, and so much more. If you missed the first one, don't miss the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos. Time 12 p.m. sharp. Don't miss the fun.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.